Hello, everyone, and welcome to another very special episode of the podcast. Today, Lewis Anthony Smith, an award-winning short film director from Leicester, is joining me once again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
To talk about one of his next films, There's Something About You.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the plot twist. I'm acting in it.
Indeed,
Lead character, Jaden. In this episode, we'll be diving into the plot of this exciting new film and talking about all the work that we put in behind the scenes and much more.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, Lewis, welcome back. It's the
Thank you for
second
having me.
time back in the studio.
Back at it, yeah.
Yeah.
New studio, new setup.
Yeah.
A little bit different from last time. So,
Last time
this
we
is a
had
completely different film from last time.
completely different film.
So yeah,
Exactly. I mean, last time we were in like a dark sort of room, and now we're in like a white room. So
yeah, we are. Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
Indeed.
Maybe symbolic of the film. I don't know.
Exactly.
A bit brighter this. I don't know.
we'll have to find out. But anyway, for people that haven't obviously met you before from the last episode, would you like to introduce yourself to anyone who doesn't know who you are?
Can do. I'm trying to remember what I said last time now,
Yeah.
but essentially I'm just a aspiring filmmaker, director from Leicester. Just trying to get myself out there as much as I can, really, make as many short films as I can, build up my portfolio, and hopefully down the line that leads to some stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And I just slowly work my way up the industry, really.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm off to a pretty decent start with my career
Awesome.
so far. So yeah,
Little hint there.
we'll see. We'll see how we get on moving forward over the next few years.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, last time we did do an episode, we were speaking about your last film that you did and the first short film you've ever released.
Yeah.
Last December. Go and check it out, guys. It's still up. It's a few episodes away now.
It's not all. It's still at film festival, isn't it? It's not online yet.
Oh, the episode.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the film. Yeah. Oh, the episode's up.
Yeah, the episode, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
go and check out the episode that is out where we talked about last December. Now, at the time of, I think, shooting the episode for last December, we dived into, how the film was made, what the plot was about.
Yeah.
And it's now out, right, in film festivals. You released it.
Yeah.
And would you like to tell us what happened? A little hint here on
the film's done all right, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. Tell us what's happened.
Yeah. It's just interesting because when we spoke about it, like almost a year ago now, I wouldn't say I was like negative about the film, but I think it was just such a difficult time and a difficult process making last December. And again, go and listen to that last podcast if you want to hear about all that.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily negative, but I didn't have like loads of positivity coming out of the other end of that film, if you know what I mean. So the fact that it's gone on to do as well as it has done, we ended up winning Best Student Film at Birmingham Film Festival.
Exactly.
Which I did not expect at all. I was over the moon about that. We've won another student award at Royal Television Society, RTS,
Awesome.
the RTS Midlands Film Awards. So that was great. And then it's gotten into plenty of other festivals as well. Still got plenty of other festivals to go in regards to last December.
I mean, this is so awesome. I mean, because last time we spoke, obviously, when you edited all of this, right, in your room.
The film.
Yeah, the film. You edited last December for like, how much was it? A month in your room?
Probably a month and a half.
And a half.
Something like that, yeah. Which sounds like a lot of time, but it's not like at all.
No,
for a film.
It had a deadline. It had a deadline. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and
had to meet the deadline. Yeah.
Exactly. And to see it do this well, like for the first short film, I'm guessing this has really sort of motivated you to carry on.
Yeah, it's confirmation really that this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Exactly.
For me, in terms of my career.
Yeah.
And whatever. Again, I had a lot of doubts, a lot of mixed opinions as well from people about the film at the time. But I think that mainly came from a place of everyone was competitive and wanted to outdo each other, which I understand. And even I had a bit of a point to prove, I think, with my first film. It's like I wanted to, make sure it was a success, but then I wasn't being humble about it at the same time. But just seeing like how well it's gone on to do now, it is quite humbling because again, I did not expect to win 2 awards for my first short film, like especially. Like
Exactly.
that's crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. For the first one as well. Because some directors, you'll find that they release like one short film, second short film. Some don't get in. You know, it's like a trial and error sort of thing. But
which is the case for most people, to be honest. It's a lot of trial and error.
Exactly.
You know, and that will come for me as well. Just because my first film has done really well doesn't mean every one of them is going to be a success. But as far as like me starting out in this industry after graduating university, I couldn't ask for much more, really.
It's so rewarding as well to hold that trophy in your hand after working so hard.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
Would you like to hold it up for the viewers?
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's a nice little trophy.
Exactly, and that is one, isn't it? You've got another one, I believe.
We've got another one, but my producer Anna has that, and she's not given it back to me yet. So
you know, got to keep the reward.
So I would have brought that as well, but just got the one today.
Got the one here, of course. Well, that is awesome though. That since we last spoke, it's done so well. But obviously today we are obviously here to talk about your next project. Obviously not last one. Your next. Showing bloopers all the time. Obviously we're talking about your next film, and I've been waiting so long to talk about this one, Lewis.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why is that then?
It's because I'm acting in it. It's like, and it's been. We'll touch more on this later, but it's been 3 years that I've been working on this project.
Probably, yeah.
I would like to say one thing. Like in the last episode, I used the word movie a lot. Remember that?
Movie.
Yeah,
say movie. Yeah.
He's from Leicester, I'm from London. Different accents, constantly taking the mick out of
It's movie or...
movie. I don't...
movie.
Not movie, it's film. I'm never going to say the word movie in this episode. Don't worry.
You can say movie, but...
No, film.
A lot of people actually say movie. Like,
really?
The more people I've met in this industry...
Yeah.
A lot of people do say movie, and I'm just like, okay.
It's been Americanized.
Like from the UK though, like we say film, but anyway, it's fine.
Film, and it's not a big deal.
I'm just winding you up last year, but yeah, anyway.
Of course. I mean, the film, obviously, we're going to go into this new film today, and it's, obviously I've been acting in it, and we've taken like a long time to prepare, work on it behind the scenes, and it's going to be such a good episode. We're going to go into why it took so long, what it's about, and a lot more. But before we dive into all of that, we believe right now, as of filming this episode, you're still working on the trailer, but when this episode airs, the trailer will be airing along with it. So obviously, if you're watching this episode, you do get to see the trailer, don't we?
I'll let them see the trailer.
Go ahead. Very kind.
Sure. Yeah.
Very kind. Anyway, so before we dive in, should we take a look at the trailer, Lewis?
Sure. Hope you enjoy.
Enjoy. Play the trailer. Thanks again for this. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for trusting me, brother. I always think it's a disservice to leave people where they are. So, are you ready to talk? To address the heart of the matter? What is it you saw?
I'm really not following.
Yeah, not many people do in this season. You're favoured. You're rich. You're to be envied. You shouldn't be wandering around in a wasteland all by yourself.
Believe me, I'm no one special.
Everyone exists to solve a problem. One of the bravest things you can do in today's world, Jaden. Cry for help.
I don't understand. Okay, and that was the trailer for There's Something About You. Now, while you guys were watching the trailer, as of recording this, as I mentioned before, the full trailer has not actually been, it's still being made, but Lewis has already like got a small cut of it up, like a version of it.
A rough cut, yeah.
A rough cut. And he just showed me, literally hot off the press, this is my reaction, he just showed me. Exactly, like you're seeing it for the first time, hot off the press, and I've just seen it for the first time. And obviously I can talk about this because you guys have just seen it, but that was insane. Like it's really weird because we're going to talk about this in a minute, but this is my first ever film. This is my first ever film, like short film ever. Like I've done acting projects in the past, but they're all small. I've done stage performances, I've done other things. But this was such I'd say a new challenge for me doing this film. And I would like to say to you, obviously, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, because this is exciting for me to see. I mean, when you're acting, you kind of you immerse in the character, you work so hard on it, which we will touch on later how it all was. But to actually see it on the screen with music, it's insane. Like it's like wow.
Well, so you like the trailer? Then?
I love the trailer. I love it. Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen it. It's like, without giving too much spoilers away, you can see how my character is very sort of Jaden, the character that I play as. He's very sort of insecure, and in the film he's alone. And we'll talk about what happens, but he's alone for most of the film, and you kind of see that in the trailer, how there's nothing else. We're filming in Birmingham, but it's very sort of there's no one else there. It's just me alone. Yeah, walking around, and then things start to happen.
Well, that was the vision, really, to make sure it. It is like a wasteland, as one of the quotes in the trailer from the other character. He's wandering around in a wasteland all by himself. Like it's supposed to be like a really eerie, run-down area where he shouldn't be, and like there's nobody else about. And it kind of, again, that's the kind of creepy vibe that I was going for.
Exactly,
throughout most of the film,
Yeah, when you first gave me the script, I mean, I saw what you were going for, like the setting and everything, and now it's been put into a trailer. I'm like, wow, it's really, really cool. Yeah. Now, obviously, we're going to now move on to talking about it, because if we talk about most of it now, it's going to be a bit,
Let's get into it, man.
Let's get straight into it then. So, obviously, for this first sort of segment, I'm going to mainly hand over to you, because obviously this is your film. Obviously, I was an actor in it. I know a lot about it, most of it, and the vision. But I want to obviously let you tell the viewers what your vision is for this film. Okay, sure. So let's start with the first little question. What's the film There's Something About You about, What drew you to write the story in the first place? Okay, so as far as what it's about, I was saying to you before the interview that I always find it difficult to describe what the film's about, to be honest, because it's very cryptic in its storytelling. Like the story I'm trying to get across in the film is very cryptic for the most part, and it's not like surface level. Like it's not blunt as far as like what I'm trying to get across. Like you kind of have to like pay attention to a lot of the dialogue and stuff. You're going for like an Inception style, aren't you?
I wouldn't quite go that far. I'm not Christopher Nolan. Do you know what I mean?
It's like it's one of the. I think from obviously what I know, it's like an acting in it. I know all about obviously how it is, and I would say it's one of those films where you have to really think, and it makes you think.
I want it to be quite thought-provoking, like especially a lot of the stuff that the other character says to Jaden. So I'm just pulling up the logline, by the way. That's what I'm doing. I'm not being ignorant and being on my phone, but
that's fine. You always just.
So I want it to be thought-provoking. I want people to, if you're not paying attention, you won't find the film quite as rewarding, and that's kind of the intention, really. Because if you just watch it as it is and your brain is turned off, it's just it might seem like just a bunch of random stuff happening, and it's like, how do they all link together? Yeah. And again, it's not like I don't know, like Tenet, for example. Have you seen Tenet, where it's like from Christopher Nolan, where it's just like I haven't got a clue what's going on for 2 hours? It's not like that.
It's not like that. Okay. Don't want to confuse people too much.
The best way of putting it is that again, another quote from the film. that the other character says to Jaden is that everything that happens, it's not like a clear picture, but it's a clear puzzle.
It's a puzzle. There you go.
So like all the pieces are there, but it's down to the viewer to kind of put them together and come up with their own kind of interpretation as far as like what I'm going for.
Exactly.
You know, I think that would be the interesting thing about this film, and we'll obviously break it down specifically more in a minute. But as far as like what was that meant to be about, I think a lot of people have their own different interpretation. Which I think is quite nice. I know the real interpretation myself. Yeah. But it's nice to let the audience have their own, come to their own conclusions, I think. Yeah.
That's what's going to be so interesting, as you put there, because obviously as the actor, the lead actor, and as you as the director, we know the vision behind it. You know, we know what it's about. But that's between us. You know, this is like a puzzle that we put together for you guys to piece together.
And even the way it's edited as well. Again, it's like it's not told in a singular timeline or whatever. Like it keeps cutting back and forth from the present to the past, back to the present, you know, and again, people will see that. So the majority of like the film is obviously is Jaden on his journey around this wasteland, if you want to put it that way. But then there's another scene that we constantly cut back to, which is the heart of the film.
The heart of
yeah. And people will see what I'm on about when the film comes out eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. Before we talk a little bit of what we can about the storyline, an interesting question is, how different is this story to Last December?
Pretty different.
Obviously, I've seen Last December, and obviously I'm acting in There's Something About You. They're completely different, which is quite interesting because people have now got a perspective of now your first film, which was very good, and that was quite easy to understand. You know, you could understand the storyline, but this is I think, more of a puzzling one. You're making people think, you're making people work in the brain with the story. And that's why I loved acting in this film, because obviously I know the end goal and vision of this, but I can't wait to see family, friends and people's reaction to this film and piece together and even rack their brains. What's this about? And I'm like, you have to think. It's one of those films that you have to watch more than once. That's what I think.
Yeah, which is kind of one of the intentions, really. I think it's got good rewatchability. Personally, I know I'm biased when I say that, but you know, it's one of those films that, again, it's like you go back and watch it maybe a couple more times. It's like, okay, I think I get what Lewis is going for now. Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that's the whole point of the film, and the whole point of like the other character in the film. Is that it's not super clear like who he is, like what he's trying to say to Jaden, and what's the point of it all, you know?
Exactly.
You know, so it's just I think that even comes across in the trailer a little bit. It's just like, what is the film actually about? Like,
you're probably wondering, aren't you?
When you watch the trailer, it's just like, okay, like the pieces are there, but like, what's it actually like all about?
What's it about?
So again, that approach is very intentional with this film.
So that's the concept,
But as far as like, because again, I've got the log line here. So as far as like the best way of describing the film, going off of the log line, it says, a lost soul attempts to journey through a ominous wasteland in search of home, encountering strangers along the way that challenge his perception of reality. That's probably the best way of describing the film.
So is that I was going to ask you, so what can you tell us though about what can we tell the viewers about the storyline? Can we tell them a vague what it's about? Or is that all they get in this interview?
I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Okay.
I've said to people like, because obviously I've had people asking me like, oh, what's it about and whatever, and I get annoyed when people ask me that, because it's like I don't really know how to answer it properly.
This is an interesting. This is an interesting interview, because it's like this is one of those films where it's really like puzzling, you know. So we're trying to feed you the information that we can.
So the main thing that I normally say is that it's about just a young guy that's wandering the streets alone at night time, and he's trying to find his way home. But there's so much more to it than just that.
Yeah, it's not just a guy walking around Birmingham being like, oh yeah, I can't. It's not just that.
As far as like everything else that's included, and like especially like all the symbolism behind the film.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's too much effort to try and break it down to everybody.
Yeah, that's why you need to watch it when it's out publicly. You need to see this, guys.
And I don't want to explain it to people anyway. Like I want people to just like experience the film and just be like, okay, is this what Lewis was going for, or like, you know, or I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see how people react to the film.
100%.
It certainly should grab people's interest, like that, which is the intention, you know, because I want people to be like, right, what is this film actually about and what's it trying to say?
Exactly. Like, unlike obviously last December, where we could give you the storyline, this film is for you to go and see first. Like, it's a very cryptic sort of film. And the same thing happened to me when people came up and asked me. So
I was going to ask you that. It's like, when you describe the film to people, like what have you said?
Yeah.
Like,
So when people say, "Oh, what's the film about?" I'm like, "Well, it's hard to say." Yeah, that's what I say. It's hard to say. I did get the same thing. I was like, "Yeah, but it's about a guy that tries to find his way home," and that's all I can say. That's all I said. And they were like, "What? I want to know more." But you have to find out.
There's a lot more to it, but just I can't bother to break it all down.
Exactly. I can't wait for them to see this now, because it's like you're gonna see in a minute why I couldn't say much. And we still can't.
Just again, I'm just picturing the trailer. It's just like the stuff that Jaden does in it. It's like when he's putting the money in the
in the pot,
the little pot. And it's just like, what's that got to do with everything else?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everyone's
just, I just find it funny, you know.
It's like, this is going to be interesting.
But it makes sense when you watch the film, like, hopefully anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see this film get out. You know, I'm really again. It's one of those things where when a film isn't released, it's just like you're on the back burner, like, oh, how's it going to go? Like, we're going to speak about the whole process. We've talked about what we can about the storyline. You've given what we can talk about. It's a very puzzling sort of storyline. It's cryptic. It's for you guys to watch.
Experimental. That's the best way I'd put it. It's more experimental.
It's experimental,
but not going too far. I'd like to kind of like cater it slightly to casuals, if I can put it that. I know that sounds really snobby when I put it that way, but like the majority of people that watch films are casuals, so I don't want to go to the extreme like a Tenet. Again, I used that example earlier where it's just like you watch the whole thing for 2 hours and you ain't got a bleeding clue what's even though I respect Nolan for that film, like it's great, you know.
Exactly.
But it's not one of my favorites, and you know, because the majority of people just don't pick up on the message. So it's not quite as extreme as that, but yeah.
So what inspired the concept and the meaning behind this film? I'd like to know what that is. Like, what when before you even sat down and wrote this script, what made you think, right, let's write this film about Jaden? You know,
it was quite interesting because I've never talked about like the foundation of it all, if you know what I mean, like where I got the initial idea from. Okay, because it did come from somewhere. So.
Exclusive.
Essentially, I was watching just a video online, and it's a supposed true story that happened to this person.
Right. Yeah.
And I was just like, that's quite interesting. That is. That was the foundation for me writing the script. Wow. I took this like little story or testimony or whatever you want to call it. And turned it into my own thing, basically.
Wow. Someone's story inspired this.
Yeah, film. And it'd be interesting to see, like, I don't know, say in like 10, 20 years' time, if I do make it or whatever, people maybe try and find this video potentially.
You never know. Maybe
like, that was the inspiration for this something about
wow.
You know?
It's somewhere out there.
I know what the video is and whatever, and where I can find it. But
wow, okay. That's really interesting. So someone's stories inspired it.
So that was the foundation. So it's not a complete copy of that, but as far as like
it sparked
this testimony that I listened to, I was just like, that's really interesting. So I took that idea and that concept and then made it my own thing, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most, I think, artists do. They find, they'll be even walking in a park one day and then they see something. They see something around them, they watch something and then it sparks something. And that's what I've noticed a lot of artists do. Directors, music artists, they'll take inspiration from things around them and it can grow into something big and you can grow on that. Yeah. And that's really quite interesting. So that's obviously when the foundation was started. Are there any, obviously, when you watch this film, you can relate to my character heavily, I believe. A lot of people.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's quite relatable. If you pay attention to him, you might be able to relate to some of the emotions in this film. So obviously, when you wrote this film, I would like to ask, were there any personal experiences that you can share that influenced the story? So is there anything personal to you? Do you resonate with Jaden or the other characters in the film?
I used to resonate with Jaden when I was growing up because the idea with the character is that he's very bit of an outcast, really.
Yeah, we're going to discuss more about him in a second.
Yeah. But he's meant to be quite a shy, timid guy. Doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself.
That's right.
Doesn't see himself as anyone special. Again, that's another line from the trailer. Believe me, I'm no one special. And, you know, it's just the idea, again, he's just not outgoing whatsoever.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was the approach I was taking with Jaden because that's how I used to be when I was much younger. I was...
Wow. Yeah.
The guy that you see on screen in the film is, you know, pretty similar to how I was growing up. Very shy, very insecure, no confidence whatsoever in myself. And so that was what I wanted to inject in this character, really.
It's like a piece of yourself from the past.
Oh, yeah. Because, again, I used to just be so shy and socially awkward and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people that I know nowadays don't really get that. I think the only people that will get it are like maybe family members and stuff.
Wow. So it does hit home for you, particularly as the director.
Oh yeah, and that's why the character is quite personal, and the story itself is personal because, you know, eventually I came out of my shell, and there's one particular thing that helped me to do that, which we'll probably get onto later on.
Okay. Yeah.
But the way I like to think is that Jaden himself as a person is at that stage in the film where, again, he has no self-esteem whatsoever.
Yeah, you'll see that as well.
And it's like he needs something to bring him out of that.
Yeah, he needs a wake-up call.
Yeah, and the things that happen in the film, particularly with what the other character says, it's trying to get Jaden to believe in himself.
That's very powerful, obviously, because that's the beauty of being a director, I think, because you can bring a story to life of your own, and you can put personal experiences onto the characters, and you can watch that back, and you can be like, I relate to that because that was me. That was me a few years ago, and it was funny, obviously, from my personal experience. I'm sure most people watching, this is quite a powerful thing for most people. There are so many people that are in their shell, don't believe in themselves, are struggling, alone. It's such a big problem in this world. People don't have enough self-confidence. So, you know, and me as a person, I used to be very shy, and I used to be, I've got, a lot of people probably don't understand this, because I'll come out and say I have anxiety, which is crazy.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? I've got serious anxiety. And so I think when I portrayed Jaden's character, I sort of, I went into my inner self of the struggles. I brought out the struggles that I do struggle with in the past and even in the future. And I put those emotions together to create a version of myself that I can heavily relate to this character. Does that make sense? You know, so I sort of, when I was doing Jaden, I saw the vision, and I went into that past state that I was and sometimes still struggle with today, and brought that out. And that's what I love about film and acting. We can portray so much, and I hope that this film you can see that, you can relate to that. And in a way, this film does actually, like, can I say it's a breakthrough? Can I say that?
You can if you want to, I guess.
There's a breakthrough.
Interesting way of putting it.
There is a breakthrough for Jaden.
I see what you mean, yeah.
There's a breakthrough for Jaden. And that's,
sort of.
Sort of. And that's the best I can sort of say. And when obviously I did Jaden's character, that's what I saw, and that's why I was so passionate to be in, because I can relate, and you can relate. And hopefully a lot of people can also relate to this. So, and that is quite powerful. So there was, and I think most directors could say the same. When you put a lot of work and effort into a film, there are many personal experiences that we put onto these characters to bring them to life, make them relatable.
I think that's what makes a film good, is when you inject those kind of personal aspects, really.
It's real.
It just gives it so much more weight. You know, it gives the character so much more weight. It gives the story as a whole so much more meaning behind it all, rather than just this happens on screen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, there's a lot of films where it's just like this, you know, people have got cool ideas, but there's no weight behind the story or characters and whatever. 100%. When you inject those kind of personal elements and you see them coming through, on screen, which again, I think you did a great job with Jaden.
Thank you.
It just makes the film a lot more special. And I think that's the interesting thing, really, because when we first started the project, and we'll get into how long it took.
We'll get into everything, hopefully.
But it's like when we first started, I was more focused on the stuff that was happening in the film, like the events of the film.
Of course.
Rather than making the character of Jaden, interesting. I think he was interesting.
Yeah.
But just, again, originally when we first started, he was just your average kind of run-of-the-mill sort of guy.
Yeah.
But then, like, probably like a year after we kind of started the whole project, and I was like, right, let's redo a few things. I was like, right, I want Jaden now to be quite shy, and I really want to see that coming across a lot more.
It evolved, yeah.
The project evolved, and the character itself just became so much more interesting and personal because of that. And again, that's what makes a film stand out when you include those sort of elements.
100%.
And you're thinking about those minor details, really.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. So I feel like you've said before, when there are so many films out there that are bad, if I can say that, because, there are like,
especially nowadays, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like they're not original, and all I'm going to say, and this does sound biased, but I'm being dead serious from my opinion. This is an original film. Like, I don't think anyone's had this idea.
I don't think anyone's as crazy as like, as far as people, like, I've literally just graduated university, just under a year ago.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate that. But so for people that are on my kind of level at the minute, I don't think anyone else is insane enough to try and pull off this kind of concept.
You've got to be insane sometimes to win.
But yeah, I like to be ambitious, man, because I don't want to be average like everybody else. Like, I know that sounds really cocky and arrogant, like I see too many average filmmakers, and it's like they might have some cool ideas and whatever, and again, I don't want to sit here and proclaim that I'm some sort of like I'm the next Christopher Nolan or whatever. I've got a long ways to go in my career, but I'm always trying to do something different.
That's what's important.
And give people a reason to watch, whether people like There's Something About You or not, by the end, at least the way I'm presenting it, I want to give people a reason to watch it and to care.
Exactly.
Even if they come away and they're just like, oh, I don't get it, or no, that wasn't for me. At least it's something different. You're not going to see 10 lots of There's Something About You at a film festival. This is a completely original idea, like you said.
It's personal, isn't it? It's
that's going to stand out from the rest of the competition, or however you want to put it. People that are doing films that are on my level. I want to stand out from those people.
And that's the whole point. That's how you do film. That you want to stand out. You want to make sure people will notice your projects, and particularly when they're personal to you, it makes it a lot better, because rather than just slapping together, oh, this happened and this happened. And again, in a day and age like today, I think film judges are thirsty for new concepts. Because you
had to say thirsty.
Thirsty for new content.
It just sounds a bit weird when you put it there.
It does, like
film judges are thirsty. Like, can you rephrase that?
They are. Okay, I'll rephrase it. They want to see.
Yeah, they want to see.
Film, they really. Oh dear, I don't know. Film judges, right? Yeah. So film judges, that they want to see something new. That's the thing. They want to see something.
I'd like to think so. I don't know. Film studios, different story. They just want to do remakes, but
exactly. That's the whole point.
But I think if you got standards in film, then you want to see something different. Yeah,
exactly. So this is going to be a really interesting. I'm really excited to see how this goes. And I said to you before we did the interview, even if it doesn't do well, at least we've worked so hard on it, and at least we've put it out. At least we haven't, rush something. We've worked so hard on this, all of us, the whole team, you, me. So once we finally put it out, we can be like, we're proud of this. You're proud of this. I'm proud of this.
Well, we'll see. I think it's got potential, definitely.
Definitely.
As I say, it's unique as a film, so therefore that's That's, to our advantage already, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. At the end of the day, I think this is something that I'll be proud of to put in my portfolio, regardless.
Awesome.
And
yeah.
we've worked just so incredibly hard on it for so long.
It's going to be so interesting to see.
So I'm just proud of the fact that we got it finished, really.
Exactly.
And again, as far as the character, again, just because of how personal it is to me, again, reflecting how I used to be when I was growing up.
It resonates with you.
Couldn't be happy, really. Again, he's a guy that, doesn't look like anyone special, and yet there's something about him.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the
There's
film,
something
really.
about him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there you go.
So, okay. So obviously we've touched on more of the personal side of things. I did ask this in the last episode, and it's quite interesting to, I think, ask directors this question, particularly revolving around inspiration. Did any films, directors or styles influence how you wanted there's something about you to look and feel? Was there any particular moments in the film where you're like, okay, I like that shot from this film and I'm going to use that, or inspired it?
I think in terms of the cinematography, I said to the DOP, Luke, to very much base it off of Matt Reeves' The Batman.
Yeah.
Just the way that was filmed, the look of like Gotham, because obviously a lot of this film is shot in Digbeth in the city of Birmingham.
Good old Digbeth.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the look of Gotham in Matt Reeves' The Batman was a big inspiration. It's like, okay, let's kind of take what they did as far as like the lighting, the tungsten kind of look, and apply it to what we're going for as well. So visually, the Batman and Greg Fraser is the cinematographer on that film, was a massive inspiration. Yeah,
I mean, I remember you showed, we had many coffee shop meetings, didn't we? Many throughout the production of this film, throughout the 3 years that we did this film. We met up all the time having a coffee, going over the script, going back and forth with things. I think you showed me towards the beginning some shots that you were going to draw inspiration from. So that's why I asked the question, because I can remember you did draw inspiration from, is it the Batman? And I feel like I think that's very important. Like, I mean, I think I said this before, but as a director, I'm guessing you do watch a lot of other films and sort of think, okay, I could implement that, because obviously they've done that very well, and the Batman did very well. Yeah,
it's a beautifully shot film,
of course,
Batman, just very artsy, I suppose. So I was taking more of a kind of arty-farty approach with this film, if I can put it that way, which is nice, because Last December was kind of, again, pretty, visually was more straightforward with the visuals and stuff. The highlight of that film is definitely the story and the performances.
100%.
Whereas with this film, I think that the visuals are certainly going to be a standout, and what makes, is one of the elements that makes this film quite special. So
yeah, I was going to say to you, I mean, I would like to touch on this. The visual storytelling in this film, it's very evident throughout the entire film. I would say the visual storytelling, I think, says a lot more than the lines, if I can say that. There are lines and there's talking in this film.
It's the intention, yeah.
But there's more visual storytelling. And I'm really glad you gave me this role, because I love visual storytelling. I don't know why. Obviously, I'm still very new to acting. This is my sort of debut in short film, because this is my first short film. So you guys can judge my acting skills. I don't know how it looks yet. But I think
you've done all right, Judah.
Good. Right. At least I've done all right. But it's the whole, I love telling the story without words. I don't know. I just love doing that.
Yep.
Because the best films for me are the visual storytelling films, where there's just nothing but the person, the music sometimes, and it really sets the scene.
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
There you go.
And yeah, there is literally no dialogue in the majority of your scenes.
Yeah, which was dead easy. I'm joking.
Where, when you're on your journey, or however you want to put it, it's just you around the city. Do you know what I mean? So there is no dialogue. There is nobody for you to talk to.
Yeah.
Until you talk to the other character. And I don't want to give spoilers away for that.
No spoilers for you guys.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of people might just think, oh, that must be dead easy then. You just walked around in the street.
And did a lot of running as well.
Yeah, just runned around. You have the easiest job. Actually, it's a lot more than that. So I really like to portray this, and obviously actors that probably are watching this, if you're an actor yourself, you would understand. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more, you put a lot of energy and thinking and time into how you do these things. You're not just walking around the street, because if I just turned up to the shoot and just walked around. It was a lot more than that. It was the facial expressions, it was the emotions, it was the build of the storyboard, and that is what is so important in this film.
Yeah, 100%. Your reactions to a lot of the stuff that happens is like very important, you know. And again, I think you did like a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, as far as your reaction to some of the more kind of like scary stuff that happens.
I'm smiling. Do you know why I'm
I don't want to call it scary, but it's like more horror kind of elements, I guess.
Yeah.
And it, you know, your reaction wasn't too over the top and like, you know, too dramatic. It was a nice balance of you see the fear coming through in the character, but it's not like too cheesy, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But the reason I'm smiling is because the evolution of my character was very real, because when I like to add this again, this is my first ever time in a short film properly. When I first did anything, do you remember? Like when we first didn't do a single shoot, we did a test shoot.
Of course, yeah.
And that was like before I hadn't really gripped Jaden that well, and I was just, it was my first sort of winging it. We're going to try it out. It was a test shoot. None of it made the final cut. It's out there.
Oh, it was never meant to.
It wasn't even meant to be in the cut.
Just a test shoot.
It was just a test shoot, but. That was hilarious because I was still kind of getting to grips with Jaden and acting and how it all works. And can I talk about the scene?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
There's a scene.
Can maybe even show a little bit. I don't know.
There might be a clip playing over right now as I speak, hopefully. But anyway, there was a scene where I picked up a knife on the chair, and obviously when someone sees a knife on the chair just there, they don't just look at it and go, oh,
just very casually, like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's on the
a
chair.
Knife. Yeah. Anyway, I was supposed to like panic. I was supposed to panic when I saw this knife. I was supposed to be like, you know, oh crap, there's a knife on this chair, but I didn't do any of that. You can literally see it. I literally just pick it up and I'm just like, oh.
And then you so casually just put it back down, and then you just back to the conversation.
Just don't mind me. I just saw a massive knife on the chair next to me. Just saw it, you know, just as I was saying. Anyway,
it was a good experience though. Like that. It was a good. Shoot. Again, it's like I was. So that was like, when was that? Like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
That was now 3 years ago
that we did that, something like that. And again, it's like I was nowhere near as good of a director back then either. So it's like, you know, I've certainly come a long ways as well.
I mean, we're going to talk in full about the whole evolution of how we all produced it and how it grew, the story and everything. But yeah, I thought to touch on that. My visual storytelling definitely got better the more I worked on this film.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's what
again, I look at like the early rushes that we did from like the first 2 or 3 shoots.
Yeah.
And compare that to the ones that we did like 2-3 years later to wrap the film, and it's like night and day. Obviously, your performance is like massively improved, and my directing is massively improved. You can just see the difference.
It's just grew,
So that's why I'm glad that, in a way, as much of a pain in the arse this project has been, like practically, I'm glad that we've took as much time as we needed really to get everything right.
100%.
You know, if we would have wrapped it earlier, let's say, you know, instead of spending 3 years on the project, we spent a year on it.
Nowhere near as good.
The end result would be nowhere near as good. Yeah.
100%.
So I'm glad that it took as long as it needed to, really.
Exactly. And we'll talk about that and we'll go into depth a bit later on. But last few questions revolving around the plot. What genre would you label the film as? Now, this is quite an interesting one. I'm interested to see your response.
Well, it's definitely a thriller.
Yeah.
It's got horror elements in it. But originally I was going to really lean into the horror aspects, but then I was just like, but that's not really what I'm kind of going for with the film. So then the more that the project progressed, the more I lent into more of the spiritual elements of the film, if I can put it that way.
Spiritual as well. We've got interesting. So it's like a mix of, you know, thriller, horror, but spiritual. You have to find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's quite interesting. I mean, I always found it hard when people ask me what genre is the film. I always said you have to find out. Like
again, it's really hard trying to describe the film to people, isn't it? Yeah.
This is one of the films where we can't really tell you. It's for you to see yourself, and that's why we are being careful what we say. It's one of those films you just need to see yourself.
I can tell people, but I'd have to like give me 5 minutes to think about it. So
yeah, exactly. You have to give them 5 minutes.
And I don't want to tell people like, I want them to have their own conclusions. So
exactly, and I'm interested to see the response. So now we're going to move on to the characters in this film.
Sorry, there's a door creaking. It's quite funny.
I think this studio is a bit haunted.
I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but
There's a spiritual element in this room.
The minute we start talking about spiritual stuff, it's like,
oh dear.
yeah, something going down
This
now.
Sign's going to just go flying. Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, right. Anyway, yeah, so we've touched on, obviously, what we can about the plot, the story. Let's talk about the characters, Lewis. Let's talk about the characters. So, who are the characters and their roles?
Well, obviously, we touched upon Jaden.
We have,
who is the main character of the film.
Should we talk about Jaden first?
Sure, yeah. We've covered a decent amount already, but there's probably a few other things we can talk about. But yeah, essentially, it's obviously his film. It's his journey that he goes on. It's his experience.
It is.
He's just... He carries the film, basically.
He carries the
obviously,
film.
you know. So I kind of put quite a bit of responsibility on you because it's like you as the main actor and the main character.
Yeah.
It's like this film very much just leans upon you and your performance.
Yeah.
You know, because if it was bad, then the whole film falls apart. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I was very nervous for a lot of the shoots. So particularly, I think towards the start, a lot of the first shoots we did. Were cut out because we rewrote. We rewrote things, and that's what I mean. So I think obviously I remember you came to me first and you gave me a quick overview of the script. You're like, would you like to be Jaden? And at the time, I remember this was now 3.5 years ago.
Is it that long ago? Was it?
Yeah, it's now 2025. I don't. Yeah, well, and I remember I was like, I'll take the opportunity. I'll do it. And boy was I. This was a journey and a good one.
I don't think you knew what you're in for.
Oh, yeah, but it's a good thing. Like this has really just helped me grow as an actor, and it's really just given me a better understanding of the world of acting and films altogether. I have a lot more respect for how things go on, and for my future in this career. It's up to you guys. Honestly, it's up to if you guys like my performance. We'll find out. And this is what I'd like to say.
Is it not up to you though?
I don't know.
You have that choice as well.
I think
I'd encourage you to keep pursuing it.
It was 100%. Thank you. There you go. But I think it was a challenge for me, particularly because I'm so used to being quite a confident character, and this was kind of a very timid character. As Lewis said before, Jaden is someone who does not believe in himself. He's got virtually no self-belief. He doesn't think he's special at all, and that is very evident in how he acts throughout the entire film, and you're going to see that that lack of self-belief, that shyness, that timidness. And so I had to really dive down into myself and find the emotions that I tend to hide. Actually, get a bit deep. The emotions I tend to hide from people, I had to bring them out. I had to bring them out into this character. And even though this film took so long to make, it was really good because it gave me a longer amount of time to really grip his character and sort of dive into myself. And I mean, I'm one of those actors where it's really funny. Like I can rehearse a scene, which I did loads of rehearsing for this in my. I remember in the bathroom in my house,
in
front of the mirror,
in
front of the big mirror that I have in my bathroom, just like practicing facial expressions. I remember just getting out the shower. Right, here we go. Let's do a bit of practicing, and then obviously rehearsing. I did a lot of work, but I was never quite. This is quite an interesting thing that I personally feel as an actor. When the cameras turn on, that's like a button that clicks inside me, and I just become that character. I don't know what it is. It's the magic of film. But
it's that way with a lot of actors.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked with other actors and they say the same thing. Like when you're in the moment, when the cameras are rolling, it's entirely different from a rehearsal. Like
it is.
Just for whatever reason, something just like switches on. You know, once the cameras are rolling, and it's just like 10 times better than anything you could do in a rehearsal. Yeah.
Exactly. I think you noticed, didn't you? Because we rehearsed a couple of times and we're going back and forth as director and actors do. There's plenty of photos, obviously, shown in this episode of obviously me and Lewis working together on the set. But I remember, like, obviously we were rehearsing over again. I think you said to me that obviously when the cameras were rolling, I did a better job than sometimes in the actual rehearsals.
100%, yeah.
And that's just who I am as an actor. I don't know, there's the magic of saying action, just something comes alive in me and I'm like, this is it. Like everything just goes away and then I'm in the moment. And also, you'll see in the film, I don't want to say too much, but there's many scenes where Jaden is extremely nervous. extremely nervous.
You're talking about some of the more tense, like
moments. Yeah, you'll see.
Where he's like running away and whatever.
Yeah. Very tense moments. Yeah, and obviously I had to, for me, like bringing that to life was again diving into real experiences. And I'd like to say this as a first-time actor, and this was advice given to me by another actor who said to me, acting isn't about acting. Like, and that sounds really weird. It's not about acting as a person. It's about being that person.
Yeah.
It's not about pretending to be. You are that person.
You make the character your own. Yeah.
You make the character. Yeah, you make the character your own.
And I said that to you throughout the whole time. Like, don't try and deliver the dialogue, especially trying hard to be this character. Like, say it naturally the way that you would say it. Whilst trying to play this character. Did you see the difference?
I did, yeah.
You know.
Exactly. You've got to have a personal element to it, 100%.
Yeah, you got to make it your own.
Exactly. Yeah. It is all about just using your real emotions, and that's how acting works, and that's what most actors will tell you. It's about being the character rather than acting like the character. And that's what, I don't know, this journey of being Jaden actually helped me a lot. I think you've been on your own little journey, haven't you? Yeah, I have.
With this acting, and so have I, in a sense, with me as a director. Again, I'm just, I have so much more confidence in myself as a filmmaker now compared to 3 years ago.
We both grew in our careers, and
I think, you know, I hope you agree with this. I hope that showed towards like the end of us wrapping this film. I was just so much more on the ball and so much more confident.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I just knew what I was doing. Like when we first started, we just kind of just winged it. It was just like, right, here's a cool little idea I've got. Let's try and film it.
Yeah,
you know?
we were kind of just experimenting, seeing how it goes. But because we spent, I think, did we take almost a year's break? And we did a lot of rewriting, and we really discussed it. So we did a lot of time.
Yeah, and I'm glad that ended up happening. So we had to pause on the project because of last December. Like I had to focus on that because it's part of my university. You know, to get that done basically. So yeah, I had to put this particular project down for like a year or so. And during that time, I went back and just reread my script, and I was just like, it's just not really up to par. So I wanted to go back and just redo it. I redid a lot of the dialogue and made it not quite as cheesy. It's really difficult because it's hard not to do theatrical dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, and that was the case with like my next project as well. Another one that I've wrapped just recently. A lot of the dialogue in that is quite theatrical as well, but it's kind of, you very much have to rely on the actors to ground the dialogue as much as possible.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So,
and again, I think after going over all the dialogue and the script with you time and time again, you eventually got to that point where it's like, okay,
more natural.
Some lines are a bit more theatrical, but you grounded them as much as possible. You know,
that's good to hear. I mean, it was an evolution. I mean, it kind of ties nicely into the next question. As like, how did my character Jaden develop over time? Did the vision of him change during the writing process?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, did we say it earlier that again, I was more focused on what's happening in the film rather than making Jaden and his experiences and what he's going through the heart of everything.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah. So again, the scene between him and the other character that we keep cutting back to in the film, that is the heart of the film. Whereas originally, if you remember in the first draft,
it was all going to be one.
It was all just going to happen in one sequence, and that scene with Jaden and this other character is going to happen right at the end of the film.
Yeah.
But now that the edit is different, I just think it makes the film so much better. So that's another like massive change that we made.
Yeah.
Is the way that the film's edited. You know, because there's certain stuff in that scene that Jaden and the other character are talking about, it's like they're talking about that. They're referring to certain things that hasn't happened on screen yet.
Exactly.
And so it's like, more cryptic. So it kind of like, it's cryptic. And again, it's like, it's preparing the audience for like what's to come without giving away, okay, this is, you know, what happens sort of thing.
It keeps you hooked.
So again, it's a more interesting way to tell the story rather than Jaden goes on his journey, then he comes across this other character, they have their little interaction, then the film's over. You know, just the editing's like so much better now. You know,
you had a lot more time to think about how you wanted to come across.
Particularly the ending, and the ending and the way it's going to be edited now is completely different to the first draft. And I think the ending is going to be a real highlight for the film.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I've got like 3 scripts, like different versions. I've got the first version, I've got the second version, and I've got the final version, and another version. So yeah, it was really, I think it was a really big journey doing this film because it evolved. Like the reason it took so long is because we evolved the story into something better. So there was a silver lining to it taking so long. And we're going to talk about the other elements of why it took so long as well. But I think the good side of it was that you as the director could revise what you wanted for the character, and you got a better grip of what you wanted. And I think that's really good. Yeah. That it ended up turning out really well, and you're now a lot more satisfied with what the finished product's going to be than you think 100%. You were when you started. And
I'm so glad we didn't wrap things within that first year or two
100%. With
that first draft, because the final draft is just a massive improvement.
Yeah, I mean when we first ever started shooting, I think that was about 2 years ago almost. When we first actually started shooting the film, we obviously we were doing those scenes as you mentioned before. We're doing a couple of scenes of me walking around in Birmingham. But we actually reshot, I think, most of them, didn't we? We reshot all of those.
We reshot most of it because even when it came down to like the little things like, right, Judah, your walking there doesn't look natural.
Yeah.
So it's even like little things like that.
My walk is always bad. I'm always like toddling from side to side.
Well, it's just that, so again, it's like a lot of the stuff we shot early on, because I said this to you at the time, your hands are like hanging down as you're walking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it kind of works for the character because the character's meant to be socially awkward and whatever.
Yeah.
But it does look a little like unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
So
we don't want it to be funny.
And some of the running scenes as well, it's just like it looked a little bit funny. So it's like, right, let's redo that and have your body language or your posture a bit more natural.
Yeah, we redid the posture because obviously I wasn't thinking too much at the time about it. I mean, I'd like to first add that when my friends would know this, particularly watching, when I walk, I kind of I can do that sort of side to side.
You swing from side to side.
I swing from side. I do not know why.
And visually for a camera, it's just like, right.
It's like, what's he doing?
Stay still, please. Yeah.
Why is he swinging from side to side? Yeah. And that is nothing. I mean, I don't know why. That's just my sort of quirk, I guess.
Yeah. It works for Jaden, but at the same time, I didn't want to take things too far.
No, so yeah, we had to obviously we redid the posture and stuff. So now you'll notice I sort of clutch my bag.
Yeah.
And that's like the new sort of stance that I had. And it worked so much well. Like, I'm glad that we had that revision because...
Again, even in terms of the body language, it's like you look more on edge, you look more tense because it's like you're holding on to something.
Exactly.
Whereas before you were just like
just taking a stroll.
Just taking a nice little stroll at 2 o'clock in the morning around Brummie, it's fine. So when we fine-tuned little stuff like that, it adds so much more to the performance.
Exactly, the small things really do change it. So I mean, I'd like to say this because people just don't understand what goes on behind the scenes with films.
They don't know.
No, you've literally written like an entire page about his backstory, his age, what he does, and obviously I had to read that as the actor. You need to dive into that. And I really like that about what you do with film. You actually write like a short biography.
I guess it's just it's like a character bio. Yeah,
it's a character bio. Yeah,
it's just a breakdown of like Jaden as a overall character and this is his background and whatever. Because again, it allows the actor to then apply that to the performance. If it's just like, right, you're just playing a guy that's walking around the street. Oh, okay, what can an actor do with that? Whereas if I talk about the fact that Jaden is this, he's that, he's shy, he's socially awkward, blah, 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 you can add that to the performance, and that's what you did, and you really did a good job of playing around with that and implementing that into the performance. So,
cheers. Yeah, well, this is going to be an interesting question because the other character is extremely mysterious. We don't talk about him that much. But therefore, I'm going to ask you, can you tell us more about the second character? I'm going to call him the character. Yeah. Can I call him the stranger, or is that not allowed?
Yeah.
Okay, right, I'll say again.
The stranger, yeah.
So can you tell us more about your vision for the stranger?
Yeah.
Who is he and how significant is his role in this film?
Need to think about it properly without giving spoilers away, but he's a big part of the film. So obviously Jaden is it's his story and his journey and stuff, but the stranger plays a big role on his journey. And he is essentially the intervention that Jaden needs. Yeah. Basically. Very much relating to myself years back and how I used to be as a person. There was something that I needed to bring me out of my shell, to make me have just even the slightest bit of self-confidence, and to just believe in myself, I guess, be happy with who I am as a person. And the main thing for me back then was the intervention of a higher power.
Yeah.
So as far as like how that relates to the stranger, I'll let people see when the time comes, I guess.
So we'll say, it's very mysterious. And we did have other characters in this show, but they're also, we're not going to talk about, they're going to let you see them themselves. Should we say the extras?
There's extras in the film, but again, we don't need to touch upon them too much. Don't need
You'll
to.
see them.
So they play a nice little role though in the film.
They do. They're a scary one.
But the stranger, he is obviously a big part of the film, and he's played by a good friend of mine, James.
Yeah, I mean,
who was happy to get involved and get on board with like what I was doing, even though it was like very ambitious, and it's like we needed. I needed an actor who would let us use his car, basically. Yeah, as you know,
we went all out. We got our own car.
So so with me working on this with him, and even though he thought I was a little bit crazy for trying to do such an ambitious idea, he was like, "Yeah, come on, let's go for it." Yeah. So we ended up shooting some stuff on the inside of his like very small car. Yeah. So it's a little bit cramped in there.
Not quite the Rolls Royce.
A little bit cramped in there for those particular shots and scenes and whatever. Yeah. But it ended up working out really nicely. Again, there's a shot in the trailer anyway where you see Jaden inside the car, but so essentially there's like an entire scene obviously in that car. Yeah. But none of it is like CGI. It's all practical.
We literally used cars.
I know a lot of people would be like, right, let's get a car, let's put it in a studio and put a green screen in the background. I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I want to do the real thing. Yeah. So I got James to drive around the block where he lives several times at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was all shot at night. Yeah, I mean, I forgot to say this film was all shot at night.
I mean, you see it in the trailer. And
you'll see it. Every single shoot was like, we ended at like, we'll talk about what time we got home later.
It's tiring, man.
But very early in the morning, very late. But yeah, exactly. And that sort of leads me on to the next sort of question when it comes to the cast for this film. What qualities were you looking for in those two people?
I mean, well, I'll be honest, when I first started, because again, I wasn't a great director back then, I was just looking for anybody to take on the role, really, to be honest. So working with you guys, working with you and James, again, you're not professional actors, but you've ended up doing a really, really good job in the end. Good. Good to hear. Which, I couldn't be much happier, So it's only up until, again, that break that we took and when we came back to the film after last December, that's when I really started to hone in on what I want for the actual characters. And obviously I'd already casted you both by then. So it was just kind of my job to make sure, right, this is what I want now. Because I gave you small little details before and whatever, but again, it was all like surface level, just like
you really grounded.
There was no depth to the characters really. I think there was a bit of depth to James's character, the stranger. Yeah, and he was like always kind of the main kind of like hook, if you know what I mean. He's the one that's gonna say all the interesting cryptic dialogue and stuff. Yeah. But after adding so much more weight to your character, and especially because we see you, 95% of the time on the camera.
A lot of camera time.
It's like, your character needs to be important. And
you really grounded the character over time. That's what's good. And helped me understand it better.
Yeah. So so in a sense, it's like, if I was to like start over and make the film now, I wouldn't necessarily go to you as my first choice because again, you're a very outgoing sort of guy. Yeah, exactly. Whereas Jaden's supposed to be like very timid and in his shell and whatever. Yeah. But again, after me really breaking things down with you, you did a great job of adapting to
so what it eventually turned out what you wanted. That's what's good.
And I think James, because of how James is, his actual job is a teacher.
He's a teacher.
He obviously like teaches students and stuff like that. And it's kind of like the dynamic that the stranger and Jaden have. It's almost like a teacher and a student sort of vibe.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity because that's what I mean. It's like, you came to me with the vision, and I wanted to make that vision a reality. That's like, I was like, that's what I had in my head the entire time. And I was like, when you presented me the whole story, you told me the outcome and what it's about, I was like, wow, yeah, that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to batter you up here. I genuinely like the storyline.
Butter me up.
There he goes again. Leicester.
You and your accent,
grass, Bath. No, it's Bath, grass. Bath and grass. Anyway.
Sure thing, man. But no, it's interesting because again, like very early on, it's like I had another actor lined up.
You did,
yeah. And I'm so glad that didn't go through.
Oh.
Because looking back now, he wouldn't have suited the character at all.
Right.
So I'm glad that didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
And because the project took so ridiculously long anyway, he wouldn't have like stuck around for that.
Yeah.
No so I appreciate your commitment.
Thank you. Yeah.
And my crew's commitment as well, as far as them just sticking around.
Yeah.
And seeing through to the end with this project, because it's been so much work and it's took a long time. But hopefully by the end we see the fruits of that.
100%. I mean, there's a lot more to it as well, because like obviously because we did 3 years, I wanted to see this through. There was a lot of work on my end behind the scenes, particularly with keeping how I look the same.
Oh yeah.
Should we talk about this? So obviously I had to keep the same haircut. The same body physique, which I still am. I only just started hitting the gym, and then obviously the one I really want to talk about, the glasses.
The glasses, yes.
There we go again.
Oh, glasses, yeah.
Shameless, just mocking my London accent.
Can't help it, man.
I'll take you to London.
It's like an illness. I can't help it. Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, you can see I'm wearing new glasses, as you would say, glasses. Obviously, during the film, I did change my glasses to these ones.
Yeah.
I had this specific make of glasses, right?
Yeah.
That's when we started filming. When we started filming, they were the glasses I was actually wearing in real life. And what ended up happening was I broke them, to put it bluntly. During the break, we took like a few months break, and I ended up breaking the glasses. They got too worse for wear.
So
broke.
You didn't even break them on set. You broke them in your own time.
In my own time,
which kind of complicates things a little bit as far as continuity, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, if it wasn't, this was like such a small thing, but yeah, it was the straw holding up the house. It was a deal breaker, yeah. It was a deal breaker because
if we wouldn't have fixed the glasses, the film would have been cancelled.
The film would not.
Yeah, another obstacle in the way, or another reason for us to drop it.
Exactly. You know? So that's what I mean. The stress was real. So obviously, I broke these glasses, right? And I remember messaging you and being like, Lewis, issue. There's an issue. You weren't too happy about it. I mean, no, I wasn't. And thankfully, I literally walked into Specsavers. Now, I got these new ones, obviously. I wanted to change my look. But I walked into Specsavers and I was like, well, how do I explain? So I need a new pair of glasses in this exact make. And they're like, why? You're literally wearing your prescription ones here.
Yeah.
I'm acting in a film and be relying on this make for the film, and I can't find them anywhere else. I need you to get them for me.
Yeah.
And she
not a conversation you hear every day, is it?
No.
When
she was
this guy walks into Specsavers, goodness knows what the woman thought.
Oh no, she was like
talking to her.
She looked at me like just double took. Like,
can imagine.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She's like, okay, I mean, we can have a look. These are an old make. Finds them. Yeah. These are about to go out of make. So you have to pay like £50.
Good job you got it, man.
Yeah, £50. I was like, take the money.
Take my money.
Take the money. I've worked so long on this film. Anyway, long story short, we got a brand new pair of the exact same glasses, same quality, prescription as well, just my eyes. And that saved the day.
Yeah, because I refused to go back and reshoot everything else we'd done before.
Exactly.
It just, the film would have been cancelled if we wouldn't have got the glasses repaired.
Oh, I'm just happy we can talk about this because the stress was so real.
Yeah.
And I even tried to glue it back together, didn't I? And
that was a bit of a disaster. You got glue all over the lenses, just completely ruined it.
Super glue.
Super glue, that's it, yeah.
Super glue.
Not Pritt stick, you know.
In case you didn't realise, Lewis, super glue doesn't not Pritt stick. But in case you didn't realise, super glue doesn't come off.
No. Well, when you showed me the photos, I was like, yeah, they're in a complete state.
Me and my mum
we can't film with those,
just trying to...
Like a right idiot.
I mean, I even just suggested
You go from one scene where the glasses are fine to the next is like glue all over.
yeah,
them,
glue
like,
cracks. I mean,
So yeah, that was a no-go.
they could have just smashed it and added it to rewrite. Just Jaden fell down a ditch and hurt himself. Anyway,
Could have done, but anyway.
yeah. Anyway, that's one thing I'd like to talk about in the development of Jaden. But yeah, overall though, I'd like to quickly ask you, how did you feel overall at the end by my portrayal of Jaden, just so I can see what it's like for the future of me in acting? How was it?
Yeah. I was very happy, especially when it comes to where you were at the start of the project, as I mentioned before, to see how you've progressed and grown as an actor over the 3 years and how you've really fine-tuned the performance.
Awesome.
It's just great to see, really. Again, you compare what we did on the test shoot compared to like what we've done for the final film. Again, it's like night and day, particularly with like the visual storytelling and just the lack of confidence in your voice with the character of Jaden. Just everything about it is just so much better. And again, considering this is your first proper film, I think it's impressive, mate, to be honest. You know, so I'm not going to sit here and say it's like a 10 out of 10 Al Pacino performance or whatever.
Oh, it is. What are you on about? It was, what do you mean?
Well, as far as like what we were going for, what I was going for as a director, to see the improvement in your performance is just really cool. And I'm happy with that, and I'm happy for you.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear, obviously, and on to my next project, whatever that will be. So I would, you know, I said this to you off camera, but I'd definitely encourage you to continue pursuing it, mate. Thank you.
I think there's something about you, you know.
There's something about me
when it comes to your acting.
I feel special.
So yeah, if you
got
feel
a long way to go, but I'm definitely. This is a good step. It's a good start. You've got my foot in the door, and that's what I mean. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, and thank you for helping me make this film, because any other actor wouldn't have stuck around. You know what I mean? With how long of a process it's been, you know, and that's something I want to say, that, you know, just thank you to you and thank you to the rest of my crew as well.
Saw it through,
again, because it wasn't an easy project. It took a long time. It was late nights, you know, stopping up till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get all the shots we needed. You know, around a dodgy area in Birmingham, and then on a canal as well. Like it wasn't exactly a safe shoot. Like loads of things could have gone wrong. But thankfully, you know, thank God, literally, that you know, that we were fine. We got everything that we needed. We were all stayed safe. You know, again, I just think that we're going to see the fruits of that, hopefully.
We are.
That all the hard work is absolutely worth it. And I'm glad that I stuck with my guns and I didn't give up on the project, because there was multiple times where I wanted to.
100%. That's very good advice to most people out there.
So yeah, I'm extremely happy with you. I'm happy with James. And again, he could have very easily said, "No, do you know what? This is just, there's too many, you know, it's taking too long, or it's a bit too ambitious." But he stuck with it as well. You know.
You have to adapt. You have to do this to see the final.
So I'm thankful for the actors and the crew for their commitment. Absolutely.
Of course, big thank you to the whole team. And before we move on to the second to last topic, would you like to explain? Everyone's really wondering, why is there a sign just saying "Do not be afraid"?
It's been there for about an hour now, and we're not even like mentioned it.
We're very scary people, so I can understand why this is here.
Well, it's so for those watching the video version, obviously, this is a little prop we've got that we used in the film. And obviously you can see what it says: "Do not be afraid."
Yeah, for the audio listeners, it says "Do not be afraid" in big red writing.
On a little piece of cardboard or whatever. And that's a significant kind of line in the film. And again, without spoilers or whatever, it just kind of once again gets across the symbolism I'm going for when it comes to the actual film, to not be afraid to take a bit of a gamble on yourself, to invest in yourself.
100%.
And you know, there's so many people that go through life and they just you know, they're afraid to put themselves out there, whether it's themselves personally or their work, because they're afraid of maybe criticism
100%.
or peer pressure. You know, for me as a filmmaker, it's daunting, like putting a project out there, because other people are going to view it.
The eyes are now on the project.
And potentially criticize it, and someone could turn around and say that's crap, and you know, that kind of like, that fear kind of like holds you back a little bit. But, you know, when it comes to me in my filmmaking career anyway, I took a gamble on myself a few years back. And again, I could have very easily just kind of, because of doubt or because of fear or however you want to put it, or me just doubting myself and my own potential, I could have just not bothered. But I'm glad that I did take that leap of faith, so to speak. And I'm in a really good place in my career right now. So hopefully that continues.
Exactly.
So, you know, don't be afraid to invest in yourself.
100%.
And most importantly, believe in yourself and your potential. And again, that's exactly what the character of Jaden represents. He's a guy that, again, doesn't have any self-esteem, but the whole idea is that the other character, the stranger, is trying to encourage him. Again, it's like we said earlier, you may not look like anything special, but you're a guy that's full of potential.
100%.
You know, and that very much reflects my own life, I think.
Yeah, it's powerful. I mean, fear holds so many people back. I think if you ask 90%...
It's that fear of peer pressure, I think.
It is peer pressure. It's like the elephant in the room for so many people. People don't do what they want to do because of fear. And that's why it's so important that you just do what you want to do. Do what you have dreamed of doing, and don't let fear hold you back. Because if you constantly live your life thinking, these people think a certain way of me, you won't get anything done. That's that's the truth. And I realised that, you know, and it's a big problem for many people. Therefore, do not be afraid.
Yeah.
There you go.
And one thing I've realised anyway, a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. If I relate that to my film and whatever, I'm open to hearing feedback and criticism, but I've realised that when it comes to certain people anyway, not every voice matters.
Oh yeah, 100%. And don't let that fear make you think, oh, this person thinks a certain way. Because if you let fear control your life, you won't be able to get anything done. That's just the truth. You need to do what you want to do and be proud of what you've done. That's just
take a gamble on yourself, just like I did with my film stuff, and just me as a person, and me just putting myself out there as an individual, but also as an artist as well. You know,
you can see the personal pause of this film as well between Lewis and the film, and this is evident within the film. But we have spoken now mainly about what the film's about, what we can say about the characters, the production and the development of the characters. But now let's move on to the most exciting part, and probably the part that most people want to know about when they watch a film they like or whatever. You always want to know what happened behind the scenes. So let's talk about what happened behind the scenes, okay?
Oh, there's a lot that happened behind the scenes.
A lot, yeah. So as we've mentioned many times before, this whole film, or I say 95% of this film, was shot in Birmingham at night. So why was that the chosen location? Why was that? Why was Birmingham at night?
Well, specifically where we shot Digbeth is just such an awful area.
Digbeth, yes.
It looks like a horrible place where you shouldn't be there at night time, especially. So the fact that we were there filming all of this stuff. It's just very ironic in a sense.
There were so many, obviously Birmingham was filmed at night, and this question sort of encapsulates why that was the case. And you've mentioned it before, haven't you? The fact that he's alone. You know, there's fear in this film. And Digbeth, if you're walking around at night alone in Digbeth, you're going to be quite fearful.
Oh, yeah, it's a dodgy area. It is, yeah.
I mean, there was a particular scene in the film where we were shooting, and the crew had to stand quite far away from me. I think you were all the way in a car park. The crew were here, crew were there. It was just me. And of course, you had me in the camera, but it was a far shot, and it's actually in the trailer. I'll let you spot it for yourself. But I was crossing a road opposite this big building with graffiti on it. And this was now, I was going to push for about 2:30 in the morning, maybe 1 in the morning.
Yeah, it was early hours.
It was very early hours. Now, we would basically throw ourselves in the lion's den, shooting in Digbeth at 2, 3 in the morning. And Birmingham being
we shouldn't be there. We shouldn't be wandering around in a wasteland like that.
Yeah, we shouldn't be wandering around there.
It's a quote from the film.
And there was a gang. There was a gang. Literally, like there was the buildings here, and then the gang were out of shot, but an actual, nothing to do with the film, an actual gang of people, I swear one of them had a pole. I'm not even trying to hype this up. Standing.
Stop exposing us, Judah. Goodness me.
They were standing there, and in this scene I had to look quite fearful. And I was like, oh my gosh, like just walking.
So it added to the performance.
To the performance. Yeah. And I mean, thankfully the gang didn't didn't really think much. Didn't get involved. But that was an experience, and my heart was going for that because I was like, oof, this is getting a bit scary. And they were watching us shoot this film.
Well, again, that's kind of how I want the audience to feel on Jaden's journey. Really, like he's just he's in a place where he shouldn't be. Yeah, and he's trying to just find his bearings and find his way home because he's lost. Yeah. But it just, the more that his journey goes on, the darker his surroundings get. Yeah. And then one or two things happen, as you know. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I just really wanted to play into that kind of horror fear factor of the fact that, you know, nobody likes wandering around on their own at nighttime and there's literally nobody about. Exactly. You know, it's quite an eerie kind of scary thing, you know.
Yeah. So that was obviously the first location, which is Digbeth. We've got 2 more locations that we shot the film in. The second was a canal at night, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we went to Selly Oak for that. So originally there was a canal in Digbeth that we were going to film at, but it was really dangerous being down.
Would you like to tell us what happened?
Well, we went to do a test shoot, didn't we? And let's just say we bumped into a couple of drug dealers down there.
Yeah, not what you want.
So, and I remember
you're not in the movie.
I remember the DOP Luke. He was threatening to walk off the project. He's like, I can't film if we're going to be doing it there and all this other stuff. So I really had to just. I was like, okay, let me try and find a better location, somewhere that's a bit quieter. We're not going to bump into any drug dealers, but still gives off that kind of.
That dangerous sort of.
Gives off that eerie kind of like surroundings, that those dark surroundings that I'm going for, you know. So there was a perfect canal in Selly Oak that we ended up filming on. And yeah, it was we were there for like a good like 5-6 hours on a couple of occasions, on a couple of shoots. And apart from like the odd cyclist coming by, nobody bothered us at all. They did. So it worked out perfectly.
It did work out really well, and it was very quiet. Sort of, we didn't actually run into any problematic people on the canal, and the only danger was the water. And I'll tell a story about that later.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So obviously that was quite interesting. And what's funny is that you were trying to find a dangerous, scary looking place, and you found the individuals that inhabit those dangerous places, that being drug dealers. So maybe it's like, okay, this is a bit too realistic.
It became a bit too real, the film.
It's a bit too real now.
Jaden's situation literally became a reality for us,
almost. And I'm glad you like made that out safely. So
it's a shame because that particular canal would have worked really well because it's like a really long kind of pathway that Jaden was going to walk. But it was just far too dangerous, and you know, you've got to be ambitious, but at the same time, you can't be stupid as far as like health and safety and whatever.
But there was an element.
I didn't want my actors getting killed. You know what I mean? No. I didn't want you or the crew getting hurt. So
scandal. No, I think there was a big element of risk, obviously, as it goes with most projects, and the risk was also we thankfully had a good team of people behind us that did the camera, the sound, assistants, all these sort of things, and because we had like really expensive equipment, that was the risk.
That was the other thing as well. If we would have damaged any of that, the university would have killed us.
Yeah, exactly. So we were. That was a risk because it's one thing to shoot in a dangerous place, but it's another thing. We've got like thousands of pounds worth of really expensive camera equipment out here, like really expensive professional film equipment. Yeah, and we're in probably the most dodgy part of England, one of the most dodgy parts of England. Yeah. At night, at 3 a.m, just the wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, nobody else is going to be crazy enough to do this sort of project.
This is what I mean. We pulled it off. But and obviously the last location was the car. Mm-hmm. We did. I mean, can I say we used 2 cars, didn't we? We used 2 cars in the.
We used my car for certain scenes, but then we also used James's car.
You just see one car,
so for particular scenes,
exactly.
So, but you shouldn't be able to tell that it's 2 different cars. Hopefully, that's the intention. Hopefully,
and obviously,
by the time the film's graded and because of how dark it's going to be, you shouldn't be able to tell. So,
exactly. And it was that was quite fun. Obviously, getting the camera angles, people crammed in the car. camera up.
Yeah,
there.
as I say, filming inside of James's car was
That was also something.
very interesting.
Of course.
Luke's just like just squeezed into this car, like trying to film everything.
Oh dear, yeah.
But we pulled everything off, and the shots are very, very nice. So I'm really happy. Yeah,
exactly. So that's
There was one as well where we used a mount and we put it on the outside of the car. That was a massive risk. That particular shot.
Oh yeah, that was.
You know the one I'm talking about, where we put a mount on the bonnet of the car and then place the camera onto the mount whilst the car is driving. So, if the mount would have like come loose at any point, camera comes off the car, smashes onto the floor, and Luke would have killed me because it's his camera.
Yeah.
So there was just, the whole project was just one big risk really, but we just kind of took that that leap of faith, and we managed to get everything. So yeah,
100%. Yeah, I remember me and James were in the car at the time filming that, and we thought we saw the camera shake, and we had to stop and pull over and be like, "Hang on."
You thought it fell off.
Yeah, he had to get out of the car and double check, but thankfully it was just a trick of the eye and it was fine. But that was again risk there. But anyway, moving on. Obviously, we talked about the rewrite behind the scenes and stuff of the script.
Yeah.
Were there any ideas that were actually cut out? Major ideas that you cut out?
Yeah, quite a few things that were cut out actually. So originally there was going to be a whole other scene where Jaden tries to catch a bus home.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Because that's one of the reasons why he's in the situation he is because he's missed his journey home. He's missed his ride home, basically. So then he has to make his own way back somehow.
Yeah, we had to get a bus for that, and then the bus timings were off sometimes.
Yeah, so originally I was going to have a whole scene where it's like he's trying to catch a bus and then he misses it, but that was just completely cut out of the film. It's not necessary, especially when it comes to the pacing. It would have been just taking a bit too long to get to the point, really. And I think not giving that context again adds more mystery to what's going on anyway.
100%,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than giving people the answer immediately as soon as the film opens. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we got another really good shot because obviously we hired a train, didn't we? We hired a train to just come by at the right moment. Got the.
Well, we didn't hire the train. But
oh, you didn't have to. This is the irony. We didn't hire the train. No, we had to wait. We had to wait a while. Yeah, we had to wait a while. We had to.
So the shot in the trailer where you see the train going by above, on the underpass or whatever. Yeah. We were literally just standing by with the camera, just waiting for the train to come by, and then as soon as we heard it, we were like, right, come on, let's go, action. Right. Yeah. But we were waiting, like they came like every 15, 20 minutes.
So we're just waiting with the cameras, like when's the train going to.
And there's a couple of takes that weren't perfect, and it's like, oh no, we need to get another one. Yeah. So we had to wait another 15 minutes for another one to show up.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man.
It was nuts. And then also
we got the shot. So
we got the shot, and obviously the cars sometimes drove by. But yeah. So yeah, I mean the things we do for the shot is insane.
Yeah.
But obviously moving on next, obviously the lighting, the camera angles, you can see it's very sort of cinematic and very sort of what can I say, atmospheric, the style. But I'd like to ask you yourself as the director, how did you approach like the lighting, camera work, and overall mood of the film? Like, what's your sort of aim with that? Because obviously we had Luke here; he's very good with the lighting and mood. But what was your goal with that? How did you approach the style?
I mean, just my overall vision was right. This needs to be just a very dark, eerie kind of atmosphere vibe that we need to kind of create.
Of course.
I really like the kind of tungsten kind of lighting with, it worked quite nicely because the street lamps were tungsten, but then Luke set up a load of like additional lights to complement that as well.
So many lights actually, yeah.
And again, just the red color of that, or orangey red, gets across that kind of like hellish kind of like vibe that I want to go for.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean. Because the idea again is that Jaden is walking around the streets, but it's like, as far as like symbolically, what this place represents, what he's walking around in, is something entirely more, if you know what I mean.
The lighting does bring that out. Yeah.
So, and I wanted the lighting to try and reflect that a little bit. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but I don't think I need to.
No, I think you explained that very well. And obviously I experienced this. Lighting is so important with films. Like we were setting up from the cars to on the street to the canal. We were setting up so many different lights all over the place, sometimes far away, not even, but it all creates an effect. We even, it's really,
Luke was
cool.
running around here, there and everywhere. And
he was.
Like, oh no, I need to turn the dial up by 5%. It's like, oh, come on.
Luke,
man.
the lighting man and cameraman.
He's
literally the lighting man.
Such a perfectionist, but he did an amazing job.
He did an amazing job, but it was so funny sometimes because we'd be ready to shoot a scene. And he's like, wait,
let me turn it up by 1%.
1% needs to be. It's like, okay, Luke, all right, yeah, okay.
Oh, I love that man.
No, he's still like, Luke. Yeah. It was there. We love what he did.
He's great though. Like the visuals in this film are fantastic. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so obviously now we've talked about the camera mood. I do realise that right now we're still sort of, you and the music composer are still sort of discussing what sort of music you want to use in the film. We've had a teaser of what sort of music we're going to get, I guess, in the trailer. What kind of music?
As far as like maybe the tone and the vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously that was like royalty-free music that I've used for the trailer, and I think fits the tone quite well. But I have said to the composer, and she's experimenting with a lot of stuff at the minute. It's very like very much piano, kind of like heavy. And again, quite spiritual for the most part. I want it to be like a spiritual kind of
atmospheric.
Yeah, and something that's a bit out of this world.
I like
in a
that.
sense, symbolic of that. So yeah, I'm liking what she's doing so far. Just originally, I kind of pitched it as more like horror kind of elements with the score, but the more that time's gone on, the more I've said to her, no, lean into the spiritual kind of atmospheric kind of score, and I think that's going to work very well in the final film, and particularly for the ending.
Exactly, and that's what's so good about the film is that we're actually making, or not me obviously, but your composer's making her own music for this film. We've got your own music coming out with it. It's not like you just got it off like a royalty-free thing for the actual film. Yeah,
which I think is so much better, it's so much easier, because you can get a composer to literally complement and match the footage on screen rather than trying to find something that's royalty free that's been made for another purpose,
Exactly.
So much better.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Obviously, now moving on to sort of the last sort of behind the scenes questions. We're all the fun ones now. So, because obviously it was filmed all at night, there was many unique difficulties that came along the way with that. We have already briefly touched on the gangs and but I'll say a few funny things that have happened, particularly with filming at night. So the question is, what difficulties would you say to other people trying to film at night would it bring? Well, I think most of it's curiosity, because we had so many people coming up to us being like, what's the film? And there was one time when we were shooting on the canal and there was this really curious lady. And I don't know what was going on with that, because she started getting into like a 10-minute conversation with you or one of the team members talking about a rare animal that had been spotted in the water. Do you remember that?
She's just a very weird person. So this was somebody that was living nearby, and she's like, oh, what's going on here then? Because I live in this area and I need to know. So, because we were technically like in her kind of neighborhood or whatever, we couldn't just tell her to go away. Do you know what I mean? So we kind of tried to nicely get her out of the area so we could continue filming. But it's stuff like that I just can't really be doing with, people that I know it's like interesting. People like walk by and they're just like, oh, what's going on here sort of thing. So they want to stop by and ask them whatever, but like I'm right in the middle of like trying to film film something and get a really important shot, and it's like I want you to stay in the zone as the character and whatever. So when you got people coming over and interrupting, be like, oh, what's going on here then, lads? I'm just like, oh, get lost. You know what I mean? It's just really annoying. But to be fair, because we were shooting in a public area, those are just things that we had to deal with at the time. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad, but we had a couple of occasions where we had to stop and people were just like...
some people messed up some stuff, but...
and again, because it's Brummie, some of those people are just very weird.
You do find some weird characters. You come across some weird
people in Birmingham, just leave me alone, but there you go.
Birmingham, that's just like covers that then. I mean, the last sort of question regarding the behind the scenes sort of moments are like the difficulties would be, was there any like particular moments that we were filming at night that were like stressful or like funny or unforgettable in your mind that you have? Like, do you remember any behind the scenes moments that were like, oh, that was funny? I've got one. I'm gonna tell you now.
I think I know which one you're going to talk about as far as like funny stuff. So go ahead.
Well, it wasn't funny. It wouldn't have been funny if it happened.
It's funny looking back on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one I'm talking about. Is we're shooting by the canal, and obviously when you're shooting a film and like someone's walking usually towards a camera, when you see a camera facing someone and they're walking towards the camera, is that called a tracking shot?
Tracking shot. Yeah.
Tracking shot. Yeah. So I remembered, and usually you get people to spot the cameraman, which is where, if I try and explain, from what I've learned, is the cameraman obviously is filming you on a gimbal, and then you got 3 or 4 members at the back, literally walking behind you,
guiding
you, so you don't fall into the water,
or just trip over,
you know. Yeah. But at the time, we didn't have any of that. We were doing a quick test, and it was just the cameraman, Reese, and he was holding his gimbal, and he was going back. And obviously, I was acting. We were filming me walking down the side of the canal, and then I kid you not, he was literally this close to falling into the canal. He
literally couldn't have been closer. If he would have
his foot was on the edge, and
if he would have took another half a step, he would have fell in the canal.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like, I just
with the camera in his hand, so he would have fell in the canal with the camera
and the gimbal.
And again, Luke would have killed me. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember walking, I just saw his foot going back and then over the edge, and I was like, Reese!
I remember us both shouting, just like, stop. Can I just clarify? He shouldn't have been doing that, by the way. So that's on him. Like, he shouldn't have been practicing he shouldn't have been practicing by himself. But it's still like, if he would have fell in that canal, I would have cried, honestly.
That would have been that would have been very bad. But yeah, that was what I can remember. Is there any unforgettable behind the scenes stories you would like to share before we move on?
I remember, as far as like from the point of view of just being completely stressed out, I remember the first shoot we did on the canal was just a disaster. I don't know if you can remember that.
Yeah,
we were there for about 5-6 hours, and we only got like 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah, I remember.
We were trying to do all these tracking shots and all that lot. And it's funny because we ended up reshooting all of those shots because I just wasn't happy with any of them.
Exactly.
But it was just so stressful, and the crew was tired, and everyone was grumpy, and I was just like, I just had such low confidence in myself as a director at that point. I was just like,
you start to really lose your energy, especially. I mean, we got home, we were driving home once, and we saw the sun come up, and we got home and the birds were tweeting, and the sun was up in the air. It was like
that was depressing, man. Yeah, on the drive home on the motorway, we just saw the sunrise, and it was so depressing.
Yeah, that's what we went through to get this film out. That's what we went through, and that's what I mean. But it was in the end, all the hard work was worth it. And there's many other. There was one last moment I'd like to add, which was quite funny. There was quite a few running scenes that you'll see in the film. And then one of them is where I'm running into a car park, and I won't say what exactly it was. You'll see it in the film. But I was in the car park. Now, Lewis, you're a very, like the realism director. You're a realistic director. You want the realism. Like, right, Judah, get a run up. Right, we need to run. You need to appear out of breath. You need to be running. It needs to be realistic.
Yeah.
Right.
So you need to have a run up to make it look realistic.
Yeah, exactly. You need to have a run, which is valid. So what I had to do is I had to start all the way away from the set, away from the crew. I had to start somewhere far away and just be like this. Ready, like on my marks, get set, go sort of position.
Well, I say action. But
and then obviously I hear I have to wait for Lewis to go action.
Yeah.
But what was embarrassing was obviously I'm just like this, ready to just pelt it down the street into the car park where the camera is, and there's these people walking past at 1 a.m, I don't know, and they just see me like this. I'm like, don't mind me, I'm just ready to go.
Is that what you said to him?
No.
I was going to say.
I completely ignored them. But
don't mind me, I'm just ready to go.
I just felt the stare in the back of the head. But yeah, that's what I can remember.
Yeah.
There were many moments, and I think if we
see a couple of those running shots in the in the trailer, and there's the main poster as well. We've got the shot of you running with the car in the background.
That's the poster,
and that's such a cool shot. I'm really happy with that particular shot. He did a great job of sprinting towards the camera in that shot. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, this is obviously this is the last sort of segment we talk about behind the scenes. You've just reminded me that was a very sort of important scene when I was. Is it the opening scene? I believe of the
it's the opening shot of the film. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually running towards the camera, and that to you guys is just me running towards the camera. But no, it was a lot more than that. It was like I had to do different speeds. We had to do several different takes, and it was a long way to run as well. I had to run a very long way on very slippery cobble pavement. So I was like, if this goes wrong, I'm smashing my face in.
I really made you sprint as well because I wanted it to look as realistic as possible. Because there's a few takes where it just looked like you're on a casual jog at night. Yeah, it's like, nah, that's not going to work very well. You really need to like run. Sprint.
Yeah, and then I was like, what if I fall down? It's like, but I was like, no, I need to get this realistic. And obviously, we did the first one. I was out of breath. I'm asthmatic, so I was like, off the inhaler. And then Lewis was like, "Can you go a bit faster?" I'm like, "Okay, right, fast."
I bet you must have been right peed off of it. Can you go a bit faster? Is that all right?
So I was like, right, I need to improvise here. I need to make this look really, realistic. So I just thought Jurassic Park. I
remember you telling me this.
Yeah,
actually.
I was like, right, this is not going to be temporarily. I am now running away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that's what made the final cut because I was like, right, get into the moment. There's a Tyrannosaurus Rex behind me. Run.
Hey, look, I don't care, whatever works for you, as long as I get the performance.
Yeah, and then I pelted it down. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
and that worked, And
it's a great shot, and it's a great still for the poster as well. It's so good. I love it with the car in the background and the light.
100%. It was an amazing shot, and there you go. If you're wondering why I ran so fast, it's because there was a T-Rex behind me.
And again, it's such a great way to open up the film rather than the bus scene, which I was originally going to do, because you'll watch that and it's just like, okay, what's the context of that?
Exactly.
So it's great. It's a great way to open up the film, I think.
100%. Right. So now we've kind of touched upon like the behind the scenes stories, and there's many more, but if we kept on talking about them, it would take forever. So that's some of our favourites there for
my
you.
producer's telling me to hurry up with this interview. So,
our producer's like, tick, tick, so we're almost done.
Sorry, am I dropping you in it there, Mads?
Shout out to Mads. Mads behind the camera. Right.
We'll cut it out, maybe. We'll see.
So obviously we've done the behind the scenes, some of the funny things that happen, and they always do in films. But how did the crew as in the crew, handle the night shoots and the challenges of such a long project?
The crew is in the crew.
The crew is in the crew. All of us. I've got a lot of respect, though, can I say, for like everyone that just stuck by us with this project during the early hours of the morning. But
like I said earlier, the commitment was just fantastic, and Luke is very, very good at what he does. He's very talented when it comes to cinematography and camera stuff. Ra'is was a very dedicated AD. Renee, she started out as the AD, but then again, the project changed over time, and it's just like she was a bit more comfortable working as an AC, so then she transitioned into that role instead, and she did a fantastic job as far as all that. So those three in particular, very, very committed, dedicated, and did a fantastic job with everything. There's other people that dropped in and out of the project.
Over the 3 years, we had so many different people that came in and out, didn't they?
Yeah, just because of how long we were shooting it for. Yeah. But I'm thankful to all the crew members, and none of the shoots were smooth and perfect. Not that any shoot is, but at the end of the day, we got everything that we needed, and that's the main thing. Yeah,
and I mean, the only way I handled it was drinking 4 cans of cola and a flask of coffee. That's how I did it.
I was a bit worried on the night. But I was just like, okay, if that's what you need.
That's what I need. I mean, if you're going to be acting, as most actors would relate, it's very energy consuming. I needed the energy. So
directing as well. Yeah.
You should. Yeah.
Very draining.
It's draining.
Yeah.
So,
and especially when you're doing it at like 2:00 in the morning as well.
Yeah. So it was lots of caffeine that got me through. I don't know about you. You had some coffee.
It got us through. Yeah.
Got us through. But this is quite a funny one. So was there ever a point during the whole 3 years of this that you ever thought this film might not get finished? This might not come out. I might give up.
Every single shoot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, there's multiple times where I wanted to give up on it, especially like early on, like before we had that break, and I kind of reworked the script a little bit. And improved it massively. I especially wanted to drop it then. Yeah. But just the whole time I was just like, no, we've started something, let's finish it. I'm too stubborn to just kind of drop this. The only way I would have dropped it is if, like, again, the whole glasses situation, if there's like something that's a deal breaker, then I would have finally just gave in and said, okay, it's not meant to be.
There's many moments where I think, we thought we wasn't going to get done. And that's why it's that the fight was real to get this done. And it's definitely, man. It was like when we actually said like the last ever shoot and right, that's it. It was just like, whew.
I can't tell you how relieved I was. Yeah,
it's just like passing your exams.
The biggest weight off my shoulders ever, because we've been filming for so long, and it's like, wow, we're finally done and we got all the shots. Like, I can't believe it, you know.
I mean,
We had a nice little Mackie's celebration after that.
Yeah.
Me and Luke and Reese. I think I just took you.
I just went straight to bed.
You went straight to bed because it was like 4 a.m. But yeah,
sleep. But
no, I didn't want to give up on it because I know that this film has a lot of potential. It's very unique. It's different. It's going to stand out. Again, I think it's a very interesting story. I'm interested to see what other people think, but I think it's definitely a standout. And there was one particular shoot we did in the car park where you and James were there, and this was maybe halfway through us filming everything. Every other shoot up until that point, there was just massive problems, massive issues, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if this is worth it. But when we did that shoot in the car park, and just seeing your performance and how well James did as well, and just how, that was probably the smoothest shoot that we did. So
that was the most, I was going to ask you, what's the most memorable shoot for you?
That was probably the most memorable shoot because
that was it in one take.
That was the turning point for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're talking about that shot of the car that we got in one take. That was fantastic. I was expecting to do 2 or 3 takes of that.
One take, done.
We got it in one take, and I was just like, great, let's move on then.
No, exactly, yeah.
Just how well the performance was, because again, at that point, you just got it. You just got the character so much better.
That's when I gripped it.
And the crew was really on the ball, and the shots were fantastic, and everything was just going really smoothly. And at that point, I was just like,
let's do this.
Right, let's keep this up and let's keep this momentum going. And that momentum kept going, I think, the next shoot we did, and then the shoot after that and the shoot after that, until we finally wrapped.
We did, yeah.
So that shoot in the car park was 100% the turning point for me.
Exactly. That's what kept you going when you realised this is what's worth it.
Yeah.
So how did this challenge you personally as a director and as a person? I'm sure that during the 3 years, did this challenge you personally? Your mental health maybe. How did it challenge you?
Yeah, I mean it was stressful, really stressful, and very tiring and a lot of work. But I'm a much stronger filmmaker now, in terms of my work, but then also mentally as well. Bit like Jaden, who needs to go on to believe in himself a little bit and trust his instincts and stuff like this. I wasn't at that point when we first started the project, but now I am. And it's not about being arrogant about it, but it's just about having confidence in what you do, trusting your instincts and sticking to your guns, really. Because again, I said it earlier, I hear feedback from people and whatever, but it's no, I just want to stick to what I feel is right. And I've done that so far, and that is working out.
It's working, yeah.
So
it's powerful. Don't give up.
Yeah, I just want to, I hope, again, that momentum continues as far as me just being confident in what I do.
And I'm sure it obviously grew you as a director as well. The experience, the late nights, it's given you a lot more experience behind you.
Oh, yeah. And it's I remember when we were talking about last December, heading into that, I had no experience. So therefore, when we went to do such an ambitious idea, it just I didn't crumble under the pressure, but it was a massive weight on me. Whereas this whole experience with There's Something About You, I'm not going to get a more tougher kind of project anytime soon. And if I can get through this kind of project that's this ambitious, I can get through any project. Yeah. And I think that really helped me for my most recent one, because I've done another short film since There's Something About You. And on that, I was just comfortable in what I was doing.
You know what you're doing. Yeah, you've been through most of it.
And again, this project has helped me to get to that point.
That's powerful. And then the last question for you on this topic before we close off is, looking back though, is there anything you would have done differently with There's Something About You?
I could say that we could have finished it sooner. I could always say that.
Yeah.
I could always say, well, I wish I had the final draft 3 years earlier than when I did have it, because again, the script was just different when I first started.
Yeah.
So there's always little changes I could say that I'd like, and maybe some of the shots could have been a little bit better, performance could have been tweaked here and there. But for the most part, I wouldn't change it, because again, it's a project and an experience that has helped us all grow. It's helped you grow as an actor and as a person. It's helped me grow as a director. It's given me much thicker skin.
Oh yeah,
I think
100%. And it's same here with me. I feel there's always, as an actor, I'm very sort of hard on myself. I'm always I look at something, I'm like, I could have done that way better. No matter what, I'm like, oh, this, that. But I need to learn to sort of trust the process. And, you know, I worked hard for it, relax. It's so easy as an actor or director, you can relate to be like, if you worry too much about the performance and I should have done that better, I should have done this, you won't get anything done and you won't be proud of anything you do. You need to, you know, trust the process, do your best, and then be like, okay, we did well on this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, like the inner critic, so to speak, within ourselves. Like, we want to be ambitious and we want to, you know, strive for our best, but it's not to the detriment of, like, us putting ourselves down as people. Do you know what I mean? It's always got to be productive criticism, you know, constructive criticism, what I should say. We're like that with other people. That's how we should be. We should learn to do that more with ourselves as well, I think.
Completely agree with that. Well, yeah, that's behind the scenes. So our last little thing, there's literally 4 more questions left. Don't worry, Mads. Audience and future.
Stop throwing him under the bus.
I'm helping him out. Don't worry, you can cut that out. You can cut that.
He's sitting there like, come on, we need to go. Yeah.
Don't worry. And literally, this is the last page. We're here.
Yeah, come on then, let's go.
Right.
Fire through them.
Right, so obviously now we've talked about the meat and bones of this entire episode, the behind the scenes, the story, the characters, the future when this film comes out, and obviously your future, my future.
Yeah.
What do you hope audiences take away after watching There's Something About You? It's quite interesting.
I think again, there's, because of how the film's going to be and the experimental kind of style of it, there's multiple things you can take away from it. But I hope it's the main thing I like to get across is, again, the more kind of personal aspect.
100%.
In terms of, again, just having more confidence in yourself, basically.
100%.
And reaching your full potential. You know, one of my favorite lines in the film from The Stranger is that, like, everybody exists to solve a problem. So, like, what does that mean?
I like that. If you think about it, though, it makes...
So in the original script, if you remember, it's like everybody exists to, you know, to live out their purpose, or it was something like that. Everybody has a purpose. It was something like that.
You changed a lot of how we worded to make
and
it
I
sound.
reworded it to make it sound more cryptic and not quite as cheesy, you know. But that is what I'm trying to get across, really, is that everybody's got potential. Everybody's got a purpose. Most people kind of go through life and they don't reach their full potential. And that's kind of sad to see. But the stranger tries to encourage Jaden to, despite the low opinion that Jaden has of himself, you know, the stranger is trying to point into a higher way of thinking.
100%.
And if hopefully that comes across in the film, and hopefully that speaks to people, and that's the personal aspect that I've injected in. So I hope that that really engages with people, basically. And that, again, the character of Jaden is relatable, because the stranger is intentionally not supposed to be relatable. But I hope that Jaden is, you know, that's the whole purpose.
Relatable.
Really.
Yeah. My advice as the actor would be to watch it, and I mean that, like, watch it carefully. That's what I would say.
Pay attention to what's being said and what's being shown on camera.
Yeah. So when I say watch it, just watch it. I mean, when I say watch it, like, watch it carefully, pay close attention to it, and you may discover something more than just a film, you know?
Yeah.
Deeper meaning.
I hope so. There's something about this film. Yeah.
Something about this film. Something about you.
It's become such a kind of like little joke, inner joke with me and my friends. Like, you know, we always say, you know, there's something about you.
Yeah, there's something about you, isn't it? So obviously, you're the director here. Do you have a favourite scene in the film?
Obviously, I've not edited the entire film.
Yeah.
But the stuff we did on the canal is fantastic.
Canal, yeah.
So there's that, and I think just the ending. I think the ending will be the peak of the film. I think, as far as like the stranger's monologue, and then the music in the background, and then the way that all the footage is going to be edited together. I can just see the ending being, you know, just the highlight of the film, and a great way to close the story.
Awesome. So. The truth is, I actually don't have a favourite yet either, but I'm a huge fan of the train shot. And obviously,
I like that. Yeah,
I'm not trying to copy you, but I like the canal scene. I can't say what it is, but you'll see it. It's the canal scene.
We've got some great shots on there. Yeah,
of course.
You've seen some of them in the trailer as well. So yeah,
exactly. You've seen. You know, it looks really good. Like, I'm still like getting over that. I've just seen the trailer like today during this episode, so it's awesome. If you could sum up the journey of this film in one word, what would it be?
It would be that it's a journey. I know that's not one word, so I'm technically cheating, but it's a journey.
I like that. Yeah.
It's literally a journey, Jaden's journey in the film, but it's been a journey for all of us behind the scenes as well.
That's a really good answer, though. It was a journey. I can see a journey for the characters, a journey for the film, and a journey for all of us.
Yeah, because we've all grown because of it.
Yeah, it's helped us in our personal lives. Just this whole project, it's more than a film. It's amazing.
But it's also an experience as well. I think it's going to be a really cool film to see on a big screen. I think
100%.
So I do hope that it does quite well at festivals, because it'd just be great to see on a big screen. It's going to be a nice kind of cinematic experience. Hopefully,
hopefully I'll fly all the way back from Thailand. Come and see it.
Yeah, I'll let you know if we're getting anywhere. Yeah,
awesome. Any advice to other filmmakers who actually might be struggling with long projects like this? Anyone who's got a really ambitious project right now, they're in the thick of it, trying to that song. Sorry, right now they're in the middle of it.
Yeah, all right, okay, sorry, yeah.
Right now they're in the middle of it. Struggling along, trying to get it done. Any advice? Because you've been there, got the T-shirt.
I think it depends what you're doing. Because I could sit here and say, oh yeah, definitely stick to your guns and do it. It depends the quality of the project, if you want me to be completely honest. Not that I'm bragging and whatever, but I knew that this story had potential. And especially the more that the project went on, I was just like, yeah, we've got to finish this, man. Despite how difficult it is, it's going to be such a unique film.
Exactly.
So if that's the way you feel as a filmmaker, as an artist, and you feel like it's got potential, absolutely stick to your guns and finish it till the end. And even if it's not perfect, this isn't a perfect film.
Yeah.
There's little things that you look back and it's like, oh yeah, I could change this, change that. But as an overall kind of package, I couldn't be much happier really.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going against us with this film. So just the fact that we've even wrapped it, it's a miracle. We've even wrapped it, to be honest, with how long it's taken us, all the health and safety stuff, crew members coming in and out, just everything, just how ambitious this film was.
Yeah.
The fact that we got it done is just incredible, really.
It's ecstatic. It's amazing. So,
but yeah, definitely, if that's how you feel as the artist, then definitely be stubborn like I was and see it through to the end, 100%.
Awesome. Yeah, don't give up. So obviously closing, when will the film be released? Where can we watch it?
So again, I hope to release it submit it to festivals. So it would be kind of showcased there early next year.
Yep.
And then as far as when it will be free online, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
last
probably
December,
some point next year.
Last December is still on a festival route, and we finished that over a year ago, and that's still not public. So I couldn't tell you when the film's going to be available. If you want a private link, let me know.
Don't worry, I will let everyone know on this. Obviously, this podcast know that when it's out. When it's out publicly, because it's got to go through the festivals first. Obviously,
we'll see how it does there. It's not a guarantee that they'll get in.
Yeah,
but I think that's the best way to experience the film, though, as I say, on a big screen like that. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Last question, Lewis.
Yeah.
The last question. All right, this is the last.
This guy, man, honestly. Go on then, last question.
So, have you got any more projects coming up?
I've got a little one coming up, yeah.
A little one coming up. Is it little? Is it sure?
Well, I mentioned it a little bit earlier on, but I've wrapped another project since then.
Yes.
So we wrapped There's Something About You, and then literally 3 months later, I've wrapped another one called I Know Your Deeds.
I Know Your Deeds.
Another kind of maybe cryptic title, I guess. Something a little bit different. But yeah, that was an experience, that's for sure. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's easily going to be my best film so far. I mean, I know I've only done 3, but
what about my one? I thought mine was the best.
I love this project, don't get me wrong, but from a story point of view and a character point of view, I Know Your Deeds is going to be a game changer, I think.
I'm going to see. I can't wait to see this as well. Yeah.
But this project is 100% this. Both projects are special to me in different ways.
Of course. So we've got Last December that's out now in film festivals.
Yeah.
We've got There's Something About You, and then I Know Your Deeds.
Yeah. Which will hopefully be released early next year as well.
Next year. Nice.
And just to kind of tease that as well, I guess, as far as what that is about. It's about a content creator who has ended up going mainstream, become very popular. And as a result, he is being stalked by a group of people and being harassed by them for years and years. Basically, that's the context, the background of the story. And eventually, it gets to a point where like he wants to confront his cyber stalker. So they agree to meet in person. And the idea is that this guy ends up being a bit of a psychopath, to say the least. He's got a hidden agenda behind everything. He's not just your typical kind of troll online or whatever. Like there's a reason he does what he does, basically. And he forces Jacob to face his inner demons.
Wow.
Essentially. And he forces him into confronting his real self, as I will put it. It's a very, very personal story. It's a very dark story. It's more personal than There's Something About You, like a lot more. It's like it touches upon subjects that we kind of shy away from in today's culture. You know, but that's what makes it, you know, such a special film, really. It's a very tragic film, especially with what happens to the main character, Jacob, who is the content creator. What happens to him at the end is very tragic. And it's almost it's because I'm editing the film at the minute, it's hard for me to watch it.
Wow.
A little bit. Wow. Especially because the main actor, Matt, is one of my best mates.
This is that big, yeah.
And what happens to him is just very tragic. So,
it's got a really big emotional pull on this next film.
100%. Like it's emotional, it's shocking, it's tragic. You know, and Matt's performance, especially in the film, is just going to be a game changer.
Yeah, shout out to Matt.
This is the film where I've gone all out with like all of my films, like, you know, kind of present, okay, this is what I have to offer as a director. But I Know Your Deeds is like the big one.
The big one.
100%. Yeah. And it shows how much I've kind of grown and developed my skills as a director as well, and as a writer.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I mean, guys, it's going to be a really cool journey to see how you grow as a director. Obviously, I'm someone who's also trying to grow in the industry, doing my own podcast, doing acting jobs, and it's been great to work alongside you, Lewis. It's been awesome to obviously be on a project with you. Obviously, you're my friend as well. He's my friend. We are friends.
We've known each other for a little while now.
We have indeed,
before the project.
We have. So we're friends as well. So it's been awesome to actually work with you in that setting on the film. And I'm really excited to see the future of the films and the future of Lewis Smith. And if you guys obviously want to see
Lewis Anthony Smith,
he really wants the middle name. Just
it sounds better as a director. Do you know what I mean? Rather than Lewis Smith. Lewis Anthony Smith.
Lewis Anthony Smith and Judah Daniel Terry. Just saying my middle name.
Yeah, well, I'll leave it as Judah Terry. Yeah.
Oh no, Daniel! Come on, it's a good.
Is that how you want to be credited?
Nah. Just have the Terry, you know.
Just the Terry.
Just the Judah Terry. So obviously, if people want to see about your projects in the future, they can go and follow your Instagram, which will be linked in the description. I believe you're quite active on there. Yeah,
I'm always teasing like my film projects on Instagram. As far as like, you know, what's to come, what I'm writing, what I'm editing. You know, last December's got into its 10th festival or whatever.
Yeah, every time I check your story, it's like, the last December. Oh, it's another.
Last December's in another festival.
Another one.
Post some else, Lewis. You know what I mean?
It's like the last December. It's like the first few times I saw the festival, I was like, oh yes, let's go. And now it's just like, now
you just expect it. It's like, it's got into another one. Great, you know.
It's another one. There'll probably 10 more after that.
I don't care, man. I'm milking that.
Yeah, buzzing. I bet you're buzzing after that.
Like the film's doing so well. It's great.
Let's just hope there's something about you does that well.
Yeah,
definitely not biased.
I hope both of my next two projects go.
I'm very excited. Well. And it's been a pleasure, Lewis, to interview you for your second film. And hopefully, I think we've been talking that we do this, for a few more films that you do, you know?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks for coming on. Anyway, guys, it's been a good episode. I hope you're having a great day wherever you're watching. Do check out Lewis in the description down below. We'll link his Instagram, where else you can find him so you can follow his projects and support him. Please go and do that. Until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me. We're doing the two Ronnies.
Yeah. You remembered this time as well.
Yeah. Not last time, didn't I?
Exactly.
Not last December, but yeah.
Yeah, goodbye.
Right. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.